Days of Our Lives Spoilers 9th to 13th, 2025 promises to be one of profound loss, unexpected romance, and the kind of drama that has defined Days of Our Lives for generations. As the town prepares to bid farewell to one of its most beloved figures, John Black, and celebrates a new beginning with a wedding, emotions run high, secrets unravel, and relationships are tested. #A town in mourning. John Black's funeral. The heart of Salem is heavy as the town gathers to say goodbye to John Black, a man whose strength, kindness, and unwavering loyalty touched countless lives. John's death, a tragic consequence of the Versavix pill that once saved him, has left a void that no one is prepared to fill. The funeral, set to take place this week, is more than a farewell. It's a moment for Salem to come together, to reflect on a life well lived, and to find solace in shared memories. Marlena Evans, John's devoted wife, stands at the center of this storm of grief. Played with grace by Deidre Hall, Marlena's strength is tested as she faces the unimaginable task of saying goodbye to her soulmate. The funeral is a beautiful, heartbreaking affair, filled with tearful speeches that capture John's essence, his courage, his humor, and his fierce love for his family. Flashbacks weave through the ceremony, reminding viewers of John's journey. His days as a private investigator, his battles against the DiMera family, and the quiet moments of tenderness he shared with Marlena. For those who have followed their love story for decades, these memories are a bittersweet gift, a chance to relive the magic of a couple who defined romance in Salem. Among the mourners are Anna and Tony DiMera, who arrived to support Carrie Brady Reed, John's daughter. Carrie, portrayed by Christy Clark, is devastated, her grief compounded by the distance that has kept her from Salem in recent years. Anna, ever the nurturing figure, offers a shoulder to lean on, while Tony's quiet dignity provides a steady presence. The funeral is a tapestry of emotions, with each resident grappling with their own connection to John. For Marlena, it's the loss of her partner. For Carrie, it's the ache of a father gone too soon. And for the town, it's the end of an era. Bo Brady's breaking point. Bo Brady, another of Salem's stalwart sons, is no stranger to loss, but the news of John's death hits him like a tidal wave. Bo has already been reeling from the deaths of Victor Kiriakis, his father-in-law, and Doug Williams, a cherished friend. Played with rugged intensity, Bo's grief is raw, a storm of anger and sorrow that threatens to consume him. When he learns that John, his longtime friend and confidant, has also been taken, the weight of it all becomes almost unbearable. The revelation about John's death is particularly cruel. The Versavix pill, a medical miracle that once pulled John back from the brink, has now claimed his life in a twist of fate that feels like a betrayal. Bo's reaction is visceral. He paces, his fists clenched, his voice breaking as he demands answers that no one can provide. For viewers who remember Bo's younger days, his reckless spirit tempered by John's steady guidance, this moment is a painful echo of their bond. Will Bo find a way to channel his grief, or will it drive him to the edge? In Salem, where emotions often lead to unexpected choices, Bo's journey through this loss is one to watch closely. Rachel's devastating vision. For Rachel Black, John's young daughter, the loss is even more surreal. Rachel, portrayed with heartbreaking vulnerability, has been haunted by a recurring dream, a vision of her father's death that she prayed would never come true. When the news of John's passing reaches her, the dream becomes a cruel reality, shattering her sense of security. Rachel's grief is compounded by the turmoil she's faced in recent months, from family conflicts to the pressures of growing up in Salem's spotlight. Kristen DiMera and Brady Black, Rachel's parents, rally to support their daughter, setting aside their own complicated history to be there for her. Kristen, played by Stacey Hayduke, is a whirlwind of emotion, her fierce maternal instincts overriding her usual scheming nature. Brady, portrayed by Eric Martsolf, is quieter but no less devoted, his own grief for his father mingling with his determination to protect Rachel. Together, they create a fragile cocoon around their daughter, offering words of comfort and promises of love. But Rachel's pain runs deep, and her journey through this loss will test her resilience in ways that resonate with anyone who has faced the sudden absence of a loved one. Hashtag Jennifer's fury and Chad's defiance while Salem mourns. A different kind of storm is brewing in the Horton household. Jennifer Horton Devereaux, played with fiery conviction, is back in town, and her return is anything but peaceful. Her focus is locked on Chad DiMera, her son-in-law, and his growing relationship with Kat Green, a woman whose past is as troubling as it is mysterious. Kat, who once impersonated Jennifer's late daughter Abigail in a plot to marry and murder Chad for his fortune, is a figure of betrayal in Jennifer's eyes. The idea that Chad could forgive, let alone loved such a woman, is unthinkable. Jennifer's rage is palpable as she confronts Chad, her voice trembling with a mix of hurt and disbelief. "How could you let her into your life, Chad? Into our grandchildren's lives?" she demands, her words cutting through the air like a knife. Jack Devereaux, Jennifer's husband, stands by her side, his journalistic instincts on high alert. Jack's skepticism runs deep, and he sees Kat's charm as a facade, a calculated move to secure her place in the DiMera family. The tension in the room is electric. Each accusation, a spark that threatens to ignite a full-blown family feud. Chad, however, is unmoved. Played with quiet intensity, he defends Kat with a conviction that surprises even himself. "She's not who you think she is," he insists, his eyes meeting Jennifer's with a mix of defiance and desperation. Chad's attraction to Kat is undeniable, a pull that defies logic and stirs memories of the passion he once shared with Abigail. He acknowledges Kat's past but argues that her actions were driven by loyalty to her own family, a mother, a sister, a brother who depended on her. For Chad, who has lost so much, Kat represents a chance to rebuild, to find love in a world that has taken so much from him. The clash between Jennifer and Chad is a masterclass in family dynamics, a reminder that love and trust are fragile in the face of betrayal. As the romance between Chad and Kat moves forward, Jennifer and Jack's opposition sets the stage for a battle that will ripple through Salem. Will Chad's faith in Kat prove to be his salvation or his downfall? Only time will tell, but in Salem, the truth is never far from the surface. Hashtag Xander's legal woes and Philip's awakening. Elsewhere in Salem, Xander Kyriakis faces a precarious future as legal troubles loom. Xander, played by Paul Telfer, is no stranger to controversy, but his recent actions against Philip Kyriakis have landed him in hot water. The details of Xander's crime are murky, but the consequences are clear: a potential stint in Statesville prison, a fate that would upend his life and his relationships. Melinda Trask, Salem's sharp-witted district attorney, is tasked with defending Xander, a challenge that tests even her formidable skills. Played by Tina Huang, Melinda is a force to be reckoned with, her legal acumen matched only by her determination to see justice served. But her job becomes infinitely more complicated when Philip Kyriakis, portrayed by Jean-Paul Lavoisier, wakes up from his ordeal. Philip's return to consciousness is a game-changer, and his account of events could seal Xander's fate, or unravel the case entirely. Philip's awakening is a moment of high drama, his first words carrying the weight of truth that Salem has been waiting to hear. As he speaks, the town holds its breath, knowing that his testimony could shift alliances and expose secrets that have been buried for too long. For Melinda, it's a race against time to build a defense that can withstand Philip's revelations. For Xander, it's a stark reminder that in Salem, the past always comes back to haunt you. Hashtag a wedding to heal the heart amid the grief and turmoil. Salem finds a reason to celebrate. The wedding of Paul Narita and Andrew Donovan. At Marlena's urging, the couple decides to move forward with their plans, recognizing that the town needs a moment of joy to counterbalance its sorrow. Paul, played by Christopher Sean, and Andrew, portrayed by Colton Little, are a beacon of hope, their love a testament to the power of commitment in the face of adversity. The wedding is a simple but beautiful affair, held in the glow of Salem's community spirit. Friends and family gather to witness the exchange of vows, their faces a mix of tears and smiles. Marlena, still reeling from John's loss, finds solace in the ceremony, her heart lifted by the sight of two people choosing love. For viewers, the wedding is a reminder that even in the darkest times, life goes on and love endures. The reception is a lively contrast to the funeral's somber tone, with laughter and music filling the air. Paul and Andrew share a dance, their joy infectious as they move together, surrounded by the people who matter most. For Salem, this moment is a much-needed respite, a chance to set aside grief and embrace the promise of a new beginning. ## a week to remember. As the week of June 9th to 13th draws to a close, Salem is a town transformed. John Black's funeral has brought closure, if not peace, to a community in mourning. Bo's grief, Rachel's devastation, and Jennifer's fury have tested the bonds of family, while Xander's legal troubles and Philip's awakening have set the stage for new conflicts. Through it all, Paul and Andrew's wedding offers a glimmer of hope, a reminder that love can light the way even in the darkest times. In Salem, every day is a new chapter, filled with surprises and secrets that keep its residents and viewers on edge. As the town looks to the future, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over. For those who have followed Days of Our Lives through the years, this week's episodes are a poignant blend of heartache and hope, a story that speaks to the resilience of the human spirit.